channel, each transducer has its own channel. So, like the differential pressure transducer is on channel 4. So this goes into this box on channel 4.
So AD means analog digital.
Analog to digital.
You see the number of the cable.
It's a number of the
Yes,
cable.
I understand. Tức là nó là cái số của cái cable nãy ông chỉ anh.
Rồi. Số
Không
gì
chỉ nào
nữa.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Thế như
5
vậy là
mỗi
khi mình tự mình connect vào đúng cái vị trí này thì nó hiện lên cái số tương ứng.
Dạ đúng rồi, ví dụ như confining pressure là nó ứng với cái cable số 1 nó nối với cái signal.
Ok.
Tại vì cái này là cái nó chuyển đổi cái bộ tín hiệu.
Ok.
COM ports are
Mike, can you use the microphone?
can you hear me now? Okay. The calipers are on COM9, and it's just, that's where they are on the computer. And network skills on COM8.
What means COM?
COM is the COM port, like the old serial ports.
COM.
So, you look at so these are the components. So stereo's on channel 8 and network scales on channel 9. This should change. If you unplug the USB and plug it into a different port, then you'll have to find which port they're on.
So we enter the number on the
The cell volumes, B1 and B2. B1 is the entire, this is for permeability. That's the volume of all the lines and everything to the end cap on the upstream side. B2 is the volume from the end cap down to this valve on the downstream side. And you use those when you're doing a transient permeability because it's taking the gas from the upstream volume and expanding it into the downstream volume. And to calculate those volumes, you use the spheres and this annular volume. And the manual shows you how you go through those steps to calculate the upstream and the downstream volumes. If you change the length of the tubes,
Nó là cái này thấy khó nghe hơn. Thì nó bằng mic kìa.
then you'll have to recalculate the volumes.
Okay.
Tí nữa xong là cứ phải làm thật.
So you won't use setup very often, except for to change the density and differential pressure, or the atmospheric pressure. Maintenance screen you use a lot. And you can control all 9 valves of the digital valves just by clicking on them. So you look on the schematic on the front panel and you decide which valves you want open. So if you want the nitrogen open, you click V1 and it would open that valve. And then if you want it to go to the sample, you'd open V4 and so on through the system. All the valves are normally closed except for V7, which is normally open. And that's to protect the differential pressure sensor. So you only close V7 when the system is stable, when you're ready to make a differential pressure measurement. The other thing this screen has is the low voltages that are coming out of the transducers right now, and use those voltages in the calibration. So as you hook up the calibrator and start to pressurize the transducer, this guiding voltages will change. And then if you press volts, it'll show engineering units, which are EUs, and it'll show pressures and PSI and flows and standard liters per minute. There's a fan that equalizes the temperature of the gas before it goes into the system, and you just plug it just for right now. We'll come back to this one with the calibration. If you want to go ahead and close valves, you can just, if you want to try.
Try.
Bây giờ là mình
Click vào cái nút gồm
để
nó đổi cái hệ đơn vị.
cái đơn vị này.
Click vô
So you just open this now,
open this, yes.
open the screen. So you won't see anything over here, but you just know that it's open.
Yeah, this means this valve is open.
Right.
Okay.
And the same with each of the others. So this gives you a way to cycle the valves.
Đóng vô. Click lại thì đóng lại.
Okay.
Calibration constants. So each of the transducers has a units per volt slope. So it's scaled from 0 to 10 volts as 0 to full pressure of the transducer. So you record those 10 points, you get a slope of units per volt. And that's where you enter those values. And that'll tell the computer that a volt means so much pressure. The 0 volts are the volts that are shown these would be the 0 volts.
Yeah.
In the system, There are 4 diaphragms for the differential pressure sensors. So there's 4 different unique calibrations. So these will all remain the same except for the delta pressure. So you just have to re-enter the other transducer values in the new calibration file.
So what we can do with this calibration constant? What we can do with it?
You have to generate it to get the correct output out of when it calculates permeability or porosity.
I mean, we have to change. We can change this.
You can, if you do a calibration like this one. So these are pressure versus volts, and you get a slope. So
fit, yeah.
So this is the slope,
Yeah.
and that's the number that you'd enter here.
Đo đấy là một cái clip như là khó.
Nó có cái file chuẩn.
So we're gonna do one that'll make more sense when we do one. The simple properties are
Thì mình quyết định cái thế của tín hiệu ấy với lại cái giá trị đo ấy.
Dạ.
Là mình quyết định bằng cái slope đấy. Quan trọng nhất là quyết định nó bao nhiêu thì là vừa ấy. Là cái khó. Rồi mình phải thực tế mình mới đo này mình mới làm được. Tức là tất cả nó chuyển thành tín hiệu điện thế hết.
Dạ.
Đấy, qua cái transducer đấy. Đấy, tức là cái hệ số biến đổi đấy là bao nhiêu ấy, là
Mình phải chọn cái số hợp lý. Mà cái số bao nhiêu thì mình lại không biết.
đó. Bây giờ cái quan trọng nó phụ thuộc vào cái khoảng đo của mình rồi là cái tín hiệu của mình nhé. Mình để ra cái giá trị đẹp nhất có chỗ đấy. Ok.
so sample properties are this information will end up in the header of the data file.
It's just the name.
The name of the project.
Yeah.
These are just text. Anything you want to put in them.
That's the user give the ID.
ID of the
ID.
sample.
Yeah.
This is ID of the sample. Who's running the test? Depth is how deep they took the core from when the core came out of the ground.
Cái hệ tầng độ sâu mà nó lấy mẫu.
And then the sample number is,
Yeah.
you may have several samples.
Okay. So we measure 3 times
Measure
to
3
get the
times,
average.
Yeah. both lengths and
This-
diameters.
This we measure and then we insert, or it's automatic.
It's automatic. When you do a measurement, like the length, you press this button,
Yeah.
inches to millimeter,
Yeah.
and it'll,
And- And
File
insert.
it'll show up there.
Okay. Okay.
Nó nhập
Cái
vô đây
kích
luôn.
mẫu.
Nó nhập vô đây luôn.
this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cái này có thể đeo lên trên cả cùng một cái xem hay là sao?
Xoay xuống
Okay.
bị lật,
And then it's asking for diameter.
số lại bị lật.
How to change it? It's automatic change.
It's automatic. If you want to redo it, you can just go back in and highlight it and do it again.
Thì mình sẽ đo lặp lại đúng không?
Đo nhiều vị trí khác nhau trên cái mẫu.
À,
Okay. Mẫu nó có thể không tròn mà.
vâng.
Tự nhập vô luôn.
Okay.
Tự tính.
And if you wanted to, like if you wanted to do this one again, you just click on
Click.
that button
Yeah.
and
Đo
then
lại.
measure it again.
Để xếp luôn mẫu.
Okay.
Ok.
Any other measurement it asks for right now is the dry weight. And to that you set it on the balance,
Bên
like carriage. The wind is blowing.
Wind.
And then you'd say, over there, you'd say save on the dry weight.
Tự tính.
Đâu rồi?
Tự tính cái density.
Nó có để vào đâu rồi?
đây 0,87 này.
Không có bài.
So
Nhiệt độ
the
22
dry weight,
C.
Right.
Right way.
you said save.
So we have to insert.
No, you say save.
Rồi.
Here, we click here.
Rồi
Save.
Save.
Okay.
Ok.
Cái này mọi người đừng ngâm.
Ta nói hết nha.
Right way.
À, nó khô.
Now, the buoyant weight is if you wanted to do the buoyant measurement with a saturated core, and then you do the same thing. You put this into the oil, zero it, then put the core in back to the same place, and then hit that button.
We will do later.
You do the
Yeah, later
or,
because-
or don't do it at all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then
Since you didn't put anything up in here, it doesn't want to save it yet.
Save.
mình cứ cho một cái
Save cái nút này đúng không?
It's up here. It wants all this stuff there.
Đặt tên đại.
we
Một.
We can load another one that's already done. So we can
I see.
do that one. So it's save that file. And you have to have a header file done before you can do the other tests.
yeah. Okay.
So then it has
Uh,
the picometer test, which is this one. And you can, as also a calibration routine, you'll go in and put the individual discs in, and it runs through a calibration system to calculate what the solid line versus pressure differences are. And that calibration is right here. So you pick your sample size. So the 2 inches are these 4. And the 1 inch are these 4 in the spacer tube. So then you click which solid disk is inside the
No,
cup.
what is?
That's the disk.
80%.
So, like this is that 80% disk.
Ah. Mm.
So if that's is inside the cup, you have to check the box.
Mm.
Okay.
And it's, if you make a mistake, you have to start over again. You only have one shot to get it perfect. But we'll come back when we do one. So steady state permeability, this will be using the nitrogen flowing through the core. So it'll use the sample information from the header that you created.
Mm.
And you have to pick if it's the low flow meter or the high flow meter that's in the system. And then you set upstream pressure, and when things are stable, then you close the differential pressure.
Và bên này nó là có sơ đồ.
Then you'll see a jump when it starts, and when it stabilizes, then you can start and record a data file
Mm.
of the steady state permeability of the core.
Pulse
Pulse decay.
decay.
Pulse decay, you don't use the flow meter,
Mm.
but you use the upstream volume and you pressurize it.
Mm.
And then when you pressurize both volumes to the same, close the differential pressure valve, and then quickly vent a little bit out of the lower volume, and then it'll expand, the high pressure gas will expand through the rock to the low pressure volume of the base.
Đây là chế độ đo là suy giảm xung.
These are usually only done for really tight cores. We make another machine that's just specifically for this type of test. The transient is similar to the pulse, except the downstream volume is bent to atmosphere. So you pressurize the upstream volume, and then open the valve and just let it flow to atmosphere. And you'll get a decay curve, and you calculate the permeability for fitting the curve. The tear test, we don't do this test ever. We do mostly the picometer and the steady state. So we have other systems that are meant for the tighter blocks.
Manometer làm chưa?
Cái gì?
Cái thằng này nó làm chưa?
Pedometer là gì?
Ok.
Là đo cái đo cái độ rỗng. Thế còn ba cái này là ba cái chế độ đo
Calibrate.
độ thấm.
Độ thấm ổn định.
Đo ba cái mốc. Cái phổ biến nhất là steady state.
Yeah.
Còn như này đương nhiên là nếu mà cùng một cái mình tùy theo các cái điều kiện mình dùng những cái chế độ đo này thì và những cái hệ này nó làm được hết.
Dạ.
Đó.
Và cái phần cái
Tức là khi mà mình đo là phải làm mẫu chuẩn như này luôn à?
Ha.
Cái mẫu chuẩn là mình phải